Greetings. I am an advocate for the anti-Semite movement. These videos are not edited and they are AI assisted. Today's lesson is part 2 of a direction for the youth. The youth will realize that the anti-sin movement is not a passive or superficial movement. The anti-sin way demands total commitment, a conscious rejection of sin in every aspect of life, from thoughts and actions to relationships and community involvement. This movement is not just about avoiding sin, it's about actively pursuing righteousness and aligning every moment of life directed by God's lawful guidance, manifesting within the world through our righteous thoughts and behavior. Rejecting the path of the elders. We must reject the path of the elders. The older generations have paved the roads we walk on today. But these roads are worn down, filled with potholes of sin and compromise. We can see it in the way society has accepted moral decay. Society has accepted moral decay, even from the presidency, in the breakdown of values, and in the apathy or disregard towards divine law. The elders, though they once knew the truth, have lost their way. The youth must step up and take the lead. We are calling out to our youth to break this cycle, to reject the patterns of sin, and rebuild a new foundation based on the 26 commandments of the anti-sin movement. Keep abreast of the Anti-Sin Network. Soon, we will have the ability to download the 26 commandments, which are God's behavioral science given in direction of guiding humanity's steps back into righteous order. The role of youth in a divine uprising. This is a divine uprising. The anti-sin movement is a divine revolution, a righteous uprising led by our youth to guide us once again into the likeness and image of our living as God on earth. Being young comes with a unique power. Being young comes with a unique power. The power to influence, innovate, renovate, and inspire. The youth are not weighted down by the burdens of the past. Instead, you have the freedom to create a future that is fully aligned with God's commandments. Your choice carries the weight. Your actions ripple through society. And when united together, you can spark the change that generations before you dared not, knew not, or just lost our way. The anti-sin movement gives you a foundation to stand firmly upon in God's name, a divine blueprint to shape the future without fear as God's fearless warriors. This movement is about restoring what was lost, not just for yourself, but for all those around you. When you rise, you bring others, your peers, your families, and even those elders who have strayed away. It's a revival, a cleansing of the mindset of society. And as the youth, you are our leading force. What will this look like? First, there is a personal transformation. A personal transformation. You begin by cleansing your own heart and mind of sin. This is not a one-time act, but a continuous journey. Daily, we must wash ourselves clean, physically and mentally, embodying the purity that our sin-free inner God-like image expects of us. By doing this, we will experience a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, a clarity of purpose that will guide us through life's challenges. We will no longer be distracted by sinful temptations, but focused on our higher calling and true purpose for life. We are building sinless relationships. Building relationships, the way we relate to others, especially between men and women, has been corrupted by sinful lust. The anti-sin movement emphasizes respect, honor, and purity in all relationships. It calls on young men to protect and uplift the woman around them. Uplift the women around them, not as objects, but as partners throughout life in righteousness. Likewise, as well, young women are called to walk in dignity and strength, recognizing their equal role and value in the divine plan. Through this, we can end domestic violence, the cycles of abuse, manipulation, and end sinful degradation that plague relationships in today's society. We're becoming pillars in the family. The youth are the pillars of the family. The anti-sin youth are not just followers of God's divine commandments. You are leaders in your families. When we live sin-free, we naturally become an example for our family members to follow. You will inspire your parents, siblings, and even elders to reconsider our sinful ways. Families that are grounded in God's commandments are strong, united, and capable of withstanding any hardship. By taking responsibility for our own purification and sin-free cleansing, we will strengthen the very foundation of our family, creating a legacy that future generations will carry forward. Reviving the community. The community is the reflection of each individual's righteous character, of those who reside within the community. As more youth embrace the anti-sin movement, entire neighborhoods will change. Communities will no longer be defined by crime, sin, and division, but by unity, righteousness, and future care for one another. Anti-Sinite youth will become beacons of light, influencing their peers to join in this sin-free lifestyle. Through community service, outreach, and daily examples of pure living, the movement will expand, transforming not just individuals, but entire cities throughout our nation. A nation under God. A nation rises or falls based on the righteousness of its people. When the youth lead this transformation, starting with themselves, then extending to their families and communities, the nation will inevitably follow. The anti-sin movement holds the promise of a nation renewed, a nation that is strong, just, and prosperous, because it is aligned with God's laws. This is not about politicals or politics or worldly power, but about sin-free restoration, that naturally brings peace, prosperity, and justice. As sin fades, so too will the corruption and division that weakens our nation. The youth as God's warriors. In many ways, the youth are like the warriors of old, called to fight a battle. But this time, it is not against flesh and blood. This is a mental battle against sinful mindsets. This is a mental battle against sinful mindsets, against the sinful mental forces that seek to keep humanity enslaved to sinful behavior. The anti-sin movement is our calling, the divine laws of our weapons, our shield, and our guide. God has equipped us with everything we need to win this battle. As the scripture states, the war of Armageddon, the battle between right and wrong. This requires courage, discipline, and our total obedience to God's commandments. You are the generation that will break the chains of sin, that will bring humanity back into alignment with God's glory. But it begins with a choice, a decision to turn away from the sin that has, at this time, so long clouded the people's hearts and minds. We are now called to renew our lives and walk the path of positive purification and righteousness. It begins with us all in acceptance of God's challenge this very day, being anti-sin. In conclusion, the message to the youth is a call to action, a call to rise and lead the world back to God. The anti-sin movement is not just a lifestyle. It is a divine mission. It is a divine mission, one that promises to benefit every individual, every relationship, every family, and every community. When we embrace this movement, we do not just change our life, we change the world. Peace.